I'd love to read a book and be absorbed in words to escape.
Hi everyone, so I've got a lot of videos I have to do. I'm very tired at the moment. I'm in the middle of production week for a show and then going into rehearsals for 2 other shows, so I'm just really pooped. But I had a random notion yesterday as to a tag I could create, and the last time I had a random notion for a tag, it was the In My Pants tag, and that ended up going really well. So that was proved to be very popular, and I thought, well, let's see if people enjoy this one, because I think this is a relatively fun notion. So this is the literary dinner party tag, and unlike a lot of the time you might find yourself being asked if you could invite some authors to a dinner party, who would you invite? Or if you could invite long dead famous people, who would you invite? But I thought this time we'll invite characters from fiction to a dinner party, and the rule is that you must have 11 folks, so it's a party of 12 including yourself, which I think makes for a nice number. And here are the rules as to whom you must invite. 1. A person who cooks or likes to cook. 2. A person with money, so that they can possibly fund the location of your dinner party and any of the grog, like, you know, put up the bill, that kind of thing, so someone with money. 3. A person who could potentially cause a scene. Now, this doesn't necessarily need to be a bad thing, but who could get something happening, either by accident or design. 4. A funny person, so a person who is most amusing. 5. A super social person or a very popular person who everyone gravitates towards. 6. A villain, so any villain you like from fiction. What are we up to? 7. A couple, and this does not need to be a romantic couple, can be a platonic couple, but just any pairing of 2 folks. 8. A hero or a heroine from fiction. Hold on, couple covers 2 people, so that's, yeah, we're up to our 10th person. 10th person has to be an underappreciated person, and your 11th person is free for all, it's your choice. But here are my answers. Okay, so my person who cooks or who likes to cook would be Villian from Chocolat by Joanne Harris. Such an obvious choice because she makes fantastic chocolate, but she also makes meals, and she'd be able to find interesting ways to weave chocolate into meals and such. And I think she also caters, you know, for other things that aren't just chocolate based, but it would certainly mean some very yummy stuff going on, so I'd be excited if she could be there. My person with money to fund the dinner party would be Chandresh from The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern, because he really loves giving dinner parties and he loves social events, and I think he's a really sweet guy, and I felt really bad for him when I read the book, so I'd like him to be at the dinner party. Number 3, my person who would cause a scene would be Bridget Jones from Bridget Jones's Diary, because she loves a social gathering, and she might have a tad too much grog perhaps and say something funny, but she'd still, I think, have an enjoyable time, and I think she'd like the gang I'm assembling. My person who is funny would be Puck from the Iron Fae series, because I think he needs to get away from that crowd and sort of live his own life, and I think that he tends to be a lot more funny when he's not trying so hard to kind of impress Megan, and it would be nice for him to meet some new people, and I just really love the guy, so I want him there. My super social popular person would be Princess Giselda from Serafina by Rachel Hartman. Giselda loves social functions, but she's also she's a decent, genuine person as well as being a social butterfly, so I think she'd just be a lovely addition to the party. My villain would be Captain Hook from Peter Pan by J.M. Barrie, because Captain Hook never stands upon manners. He is a very polite, very dignified man, and he enjoys his wine, and he is, you know, the epitome of an English gentleman villain person. And so I think even if he was threatening to slice somebody with his hook, he would do it very politely and gallantly and with elegance and refinement. So I think that he would enjoy a dinner party, so long as no one teased him. My couple would be Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson. Obviously it'd have to be from Conan Doyle's novels, so not the TV series versions, but I think it'd be really fun to have them there. Sherlock could deduce everybody at the table, and John could calm him down, but I just think they'd make for a really lively conversation and lots of interesting discussion, even if probably Holmes would hate being there, but I think it would be fun. My hero or heroine, I would really like Katza from Graceling to get to come. I think it would be nice to chat to her and let her know that not everybody disapproves of her choices. I also think she'd have, again, like Holmes and Watson, she'd have a lot of interesting stories to share about where she'd been going and what had been happening, and she'd be able maybe to get advice from others who've seen battle. My underappreciated person certainly would be Mary Bennet from Pride and Prejudice, mainly just because I want her to sit next to me and we could have a talk, and I'd let her know that I don't think she's all bad, and I think her family treated her pretty poorly, and that I recognise in her a bit of a kindred spirit, so I just want to let her know that, and hopefully she could feel at ease with the company around her. And my final person would have to be Anne Shirley, not just because I'm a huge Anne of Green Gables fan, but because I think she had some unfortunate incidents when she attempted to make desserts throughout the first few books in the Anne of Green Gables series, so I think it would be nice for her to get to attempt again to make things like the pudding and to serve proper raspberry cordial this time. I think it would be, she likes playing hostess, so I think it would be nice for her to get to have another go at trying to give people desserts and things. I think, I'm sure Vianne would let her help out in the kitchen a little bit if she wanted, so yeah. And also she's just fun to have around. This would be teenage Anne Shirley, I should say, not adult Anne Shirley, because adult Anne Shirley has her children and she's busy. So that's my little tag, literary dinner party, everybody. Who would you be inviting and why? So I'll link all the things, all the requirements in the doobly-doo, and I hope this spreads around and everyone has fun with it. So yeah, let's have dinner.